Rapido is into ride sharing. So when we have started, the ride sharing is already there. People are using four-wheeler ride sharing to commute from one place to another. For people to get in convenient transport. So affordability is one big thing. A lot of people are underemployed people. Like they make money, but they don't make a lot of money. And they also have the free time and they also have the free asset. The opportunity that will go after from an employment generation or creating an earning opportunity for people. So we are into three-wheeler ride sharing as well. So people can request an auto rickshaw also from our app and also bike taxi from our app. People who don't have their own vehicle and help them to bring or buy or rent an electric vehicle and then start working on these platforms.
हेलो एंड वेलकम टू एबीपी लाइव एंड पैसा लाइव। हमारे साथ हैं यहाँ पे रैपिडो से अरविंद और हम इनसे बात करने वाले हैं काफ़ी सारे स्टार्टअप इकोसिस्टम के बारे में एंड ऑफ कोर्स रैपिडो के बारे में। सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वेलकम अरविंद। थैंक यू फॉर बीइंग हियर विद अस। टू बिगिन विद, we have been talking about the Indian startup ecosystem, how it has evolved in the past 5-6 years, and today India is at that particular position where we have more than 100 unicorns right now. We have more than 90,000 startups right now. We are the third largest startup ecosystem. So what do you think has actually helped India in the past 4-5 years that has given a sudden push?
I think it's a combination of ecosystem. When I started, we started 7 years back, or my entrepreneurship journey started 8 years back in 2014 after me leaving Flipkart. Back then, I hardly used to have founders whom I can interact with just to know how to start or if I get any problem, how to approach. But now it has got so much mature in terms of number of startups that any problem that I face, I think we know some of the other founders have already gone through it. So I can just go and talk to him or approach him and then he gives his ideas, etc. So I think that is, and also a lot of other ecosystem. It's just not founders. For example, events like this or multiple media or a lot of ecosystem from an investor side. A lot of investors arrange a lot of get-togethers, etc. So I would say it's a combination of ecosystem, but more to do with founders also playing the role a lot more and giving back in the form of either mentoring, suggestions, or connecting to the right people at the right time. So I think that is the major change that I have seen from 2014 when I've started to right now. A kind of founders right now are a lot more mature than maybe I used to be 8 years back.
Why Rapido?
Rapido is into ride sharing. So when we have started, the ride sharing is already there. People are using four-wheeler ride sharing to commute from one place to another. But we want to solve mobility for masses. So we want to make it a lot more affordable. So India is a two-wheeler dominated market. So we thought two-wheeler is the way to make it even more affordable, and which can actually go into multiple parts of the countries. It's just not about how a Bangalore travels or how a Delhi travels, but how does a Guwahati travel, how does a Siliguri travel, how does Coimbatore travel. I think we want to go beyond metropolitan cities.
So was there a problem in the society that you noticed and tried to address through Rapido? Did you see something that that had to be fixed or bridged?
Yeah. So yes,
what was that?
Yeah, two things. One is affordability. If you are solving convenience, right now convenience have some cost to it. So it has become a lot more costlier for people to get in convenient transport. So affordability is one big thing. And the second big thing that we do is employment creation. So if you look at our captains, like we call our drivers as captains, a lot of people are underemployed people. Like they make money, but they don't make a lot of money. And they also have the free time and they also have the free asset. So employment is one of the major driving factor that we think we are creating. We are one of the largest maybe an indirect employment opportunity creators.
How big is your team of captains, if I may ask?
Yeah, so we monthly we give opportunity to more than 8 lakh drivers to make money. New 8
so
lakh
we can
drivers.
say that every month you add 8,000.
No, overall there are 8 lakh drivers who make money. Yeah.
The entire team is 8 lakh drivers, 8 lakh captains.
Captains, yeah. That throughout the country of 100 cities that we are operating.
Right now.
Yeah.
And what is your vision that how many could be in the coming 1 year or so?
Yeah, we're building at least, if I look at a 5 to 10 year view, it has to be around 5 million, which is like 50 lakh, will be the opportunity that we'll go after from an employment generation or creating an earning opportunity for people.
Which city gives you the most traffic?
Oh,
Traffic, not the red light traffic, traffic as in like the volume
yeah, it is.
of bookings.
So, I mean, obviously, all the metropolitan cities, for example, Delhi NCR, Hyderabad is one of the big market, Bangalore is one of the big market. So, we are into three-wheeler ride sharing as well. So, people can request an auto rickshaw also from our app,
Right.
and also bike taxi from our app. And we also do logistics. So, we are in multiple categories as of now.
But what is more profitable for you, like two-wheeler or three-wheeler as a company?
Yeah, so from a profitability point of view, I think all the categories are pretty similar. But just that auto rickshaw has a lot more higher ticket size because people travel a bit more longer distance compared to a bike taxi where people travel short distances.
Right.
But from a volume point of view, we are a lot more bike taxi company, and we also do three-wheeler.
So do you have any plans to bring it to four-wheelers or something like that?
Oh, time has to say, but as of now, we are solving the problem that we are solving deep enough that we think there is enough opportunity to go after.
You mentioned that you're already present in 100 cities.
Yeah.
How about adding a few more?
Yeah.
And what particular region it could be?
Yeah.
Like maybe North India, Central India or something.
Yeah, pretty much we are most popular in South.
That's right.
And to some extent in North. So next our approach is more of West. So we have been less penetrated in the West markets. And more than cities, it is going deeper into the city. For example, if you take our largest market like Hyderabad, 15% of the population use Rapido to commute every month, right? So, but how can that go to 40 to 50%? I think so. The more solutions will be towards how can we make penetration further from where we are.
How about green commuting? Since like you're already present, you have a deeper penetration in the market. But then there are other companies who are coming up with e-scooters.
Yeah.
So do you also have vision of green commuting that maybe in another 1 year or 6 months that Rapido will launch its green scooters and it would be cleaner for the environment? Do you have any vision like that?
Yeah, we work with multiple OEMs right now. So the approach that we have taken is there are multiple people who are solving for e-mobility. Like there are OEMs, there are charging providers. So we are bringing everyone onto a platform because we have multiple, I'm talking about 8 lakh drivers that we have on our platform. We can help them to accelerate into E by bringing the ecosystem partners to us. So we work with multiple OEMs. I mean, we took, we want at least 25% of our rides to become E within the next 2 years. And I think the approach that we are taking is bringing everyone, whoever is solving this problem, and helping our drivers to move to accelerate into EV adoption by working with finance partners, by OEMs, and a lot of other startups who are working in charging network, etc. And then we, being the aggregator, we would like to help them navigate or transition our fleet to EV. Because right now we go after people who don't have who have their own bike, but we are also going after people who don't have their own vehicle and help them to bring or buy or rent an electric vehicle and then start working on these platforms.
So you do have a vision of clean mobility.
Yeah, I mean, we believe fleets are the first to electrify because the savings are a lot more. Because on an average driver, a full-time driver travel around 120 to 150 kilometers every day, which is almost a fuel cost of 7,000-8,000 rupees a month, which is very high. So, which we think will be a huge savings if we move to E. And hence the fleets is the highest savings will come from fleet, and I believe the transition of E will be accelerated by our fleets first going to E and then personal mobility slowly adopting as the more and more models comes in.
In the end, what next for Rapido?
Definitely, I think one thing you touched base, which is definitely E is one, but the other E is also one aligned to our vision of making it affordable as well. Because once the E comes in, almost 2 rupees per kilometer can be saved because of moving into E. So one is a big thing is affordability. I think as we solve affordability, there are multiple ways to solve it. But one of the things is electrification. Other thing is how can you help the drivers to get the vehicle at even more lesser price by working with OEMs and making the cost of the vehicle itself less. So it is the core vision is to make it affordable and efficient and reliable, convenient transportation. So one is E, but there are other ways which we will be working on to make sure the vision is aligned.
Well, thank you so much, Arvind, for such an informative session, and we thank you for being with us.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.